Alright, y'all, we're back. My dog wants to look out the door so he can bark at things. He also wants to go on a walk, but it's 90 degrees outside. I don't think he's ready for all that, so yeah. Lessons are done. Let's keep moving.
Maryland, on the Atlantic coast of the United States of America. In a location close to the nation's capital lies the U.S. branch of Caduceus, the international organization that treats and researches new diseases. Caduceus USA falls under the jurisdiction of Health and Human Services. Yet they have their own authority to execute private missions. They are dedicated to the treatment of intractable diseases and the prevention of infectious illnesses.
Marcus Vaughn, age 34, surgeon, place of birth California. Valerie Blaylock, age 28, surgeon, place of birth North Carolina. Elena Salazar, age 20, nurse, place of birth California. You three will be assigned to the newly created Special Disease Counteraction Team.
Why does it matter where they were born?
Now, sign here, and on the written oath and the waiver form. Why the sour face, Dr. Vaughn?
You're forming a new team? What, is this an anti-stigma measure?
You mean, is it a result of Professor Wilkins' procedure? Well, we've had this planned for a long time, though the discovery of stigma did hasten its establishment. At least things will be easier on you, since it's such a small team.
Thanks for your concern. But if we'll be dealing with mainly new diseases, then we'll be performing fewer operations. I hope that won't affect my salary.
Leave it to you to think of that, Marcus.
No need to worry. We'll be referring plenty of patients to you. Special cases which may require the healing touch.
Well, that's good to hear.
Your job description won't change much either, Elena. Your priority will be to assist Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock with the operations assigned to them.
Thank you very much. I'll do my best, just as I did at Concordia.
Then, the first thing I'd like you to do is become familiar with Caduceus. And provide us with whatever information you have on stigma.
Regarding that matter, we've only encountered stigma in one operation. There's really not much for us to disclose. Especially since Professor Wilkins kept a tight lid on all the data.
That's all right. Just tell us whatever you know. You may be surprised at how much you recall. Extraordinary events leave deep imprints on our memory.
I hope we'll be able to live up to your high expectations. I was wondering, are we going to be questioned about the disappearance of the professor?
That won't be necessary. This is a hospital, not a police department.
Well, we don't know where the professor was taken. They haven't even demanded a ransom.
I still feel uneasy about all this, but we'll do what we can.
Okay, let me show you around. I hope we can cover everything before my guest arrives. Now, this is your office.
Wow. Look at this equipment. I knew Caduceus would be amazing, but this is too much.
Your responsibilities won't be much different than they were in the past. Even though you're now members of Caduceus, you're still first and foremost doctors. We dedicate ourselves to research here, but at the same time, we see regular patients. A major part of your duties will be to keep your skills sharp.
Well, it can't be any worse than Concordia. I mean, we weren't exactly welcome there.
Now, let's take a look at where you'll be performing your surgeries. There are a total of 10 ORs, each one equipped for a different type of procedure. Oh, Dr. Everett.
Director, do you know where Dr. Tsuji is?
This is Dr. Everett, our chief surgeon.
He looks like he's in pain. Is something wrong?
I've got cholelithiasis. I was going to ask Dr. Tsuji to remove the gallstones, but I can't find her anywhere. I can't take this anymore. Director, can you fragment them for me, please?
I wish I could, but I'm expecting a visitor shortly.
But I can't stand the pain any longer. Are these the new doctors you were talking about?
Yes, they are.
I don't care who does it. I just need help. I can walk you through the procedure if necessary. I'll even suture myself when it's over.
I know this is sudden, but would you mind?
Not at all. Dr. Everett, I'm...
Skip the formalities. Just prep for surgery.
Let me explain the chart. Dr. Everett has cholelithiasis and has been experiencing pain for 3 years.
3 years?
Yes. I've told him repeatedly to admit himself to the ward and have it treated. However, it seems he's far more interested in taking care of patients than himself.
Typical doctor, neglecting his own needs.
I guess that just goes to show how passionate Dr. Everett is about his job.
When you put it that way. Oh, excuse me, please continue.
We'll use a laser to fragment the gallstone in this operation. Please extract the gallbladder as well during the procedure.
So we'll be taking care of the
Well, I must be going. I'll leave the rest to you.
All right.
Let's begin the procedure.
We will now begin the operation. Please disinfect the incision area and open him up. First, we'll be fragmenting the gallstones passing through the ductal epithelium. If a gallstone passes completely through the epithelium, the patient's vitals will drop. Let's begin by using the ultrasound to locate the gallstones. There's a gallstone. Use the laser to break it up. The gallstone has been fragmented. Let's begin extracting the gallbladder as well. First, inject the sedative into the gallbladder.
Is this the gallbladder?
We can't
Okay.
remove it all at once. Let's cut it into multiple segments before we take it out.
And don't forget to use the laser on the gallstones while doing so. All right then. Please begin cutting off the first segment. The patient's vitals have dropped. Please don't forget to treat the gallstones before they pass. The cut has caused hemorrhaging. Drain the blood. The blood has been drained. Let's start cutting off the next segment. You need to pay attention. The gallstone has split into 2 parts. Use the laser to fragment both halves as well. The second segment has been cut off. The hemorrhaging is getting worse. Don't forget to keep fragmenting the gallstones. Now, please continue cutting the next segment. The third segment has been cut off. Remove the last segment before it hemorrhages again.
Has been excised.
Please extract the gallbladder and place it on the tray. Gallbladder extraction complete. Please treat the hemorrhaging area with
Vitals have dropped.
antibiotic gel and suture the epithelium closed. The gallstones have been eliminated, and the gallbladder has been extracted. Please close him up. complete. Good job.
All right.
We just arrived, and we're already performing emergency surgeries. I can't wait to see what's next. But I guess it was a good chance to get our feet wet.
You always see the positive, Val.
Oh, you're leaving? I was glad to hear the operation went well. Of course, I'd expect nothing less.
We always do our best.
I hear that often, but for some reason, this time I believe it. Tomorrow, we'll meet to discuss stigma. I'm counting on you both.
Like she said, we always do our best.
Wow, you assisted in an operation on your first day here? You must be good.
No, it's the doctors who are good. I'm just fortunate to be working with them.
Sounds like you work well with them. In my case, it depends on who I'm assisting.
Think you need some assistance on that eyeshadow, lady.
I get along with Dr. Everett, but Dr. Tsuji, on the other hand... Oh, forget I said anything.
By the way, Ms. Newman, about the operating room's support system.
Oh, call me Leslie. Everyone else does. Now, it's our responsibility as nurses to manage the support system. It'll probably take some time, but once you get used to it, you'll be able to update an E-chart in a snap. Want to give it a try in a vacant OR?
I'd love to.
Regarding this new disease, which has tentatively been named stigma, we received a report from the National Security Council and have begun an independent investigation. Its threat level is unknown, but I can say that the pathogen possesses astonishing mobility. It was unclear whether it even existed until now, but the Wilkins case put an end to the debate.
And we are basing that assumption on the testimony of our two new doctors, yes? Oh, pardon me. I'm Kanae Tsuji, a surgeon here. It's nice to meet you both.
You're absolutely correct, Kanae. While the information provided by Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock is highly reliable, our own investigation at Concordia also validates the theory. And it's worth noting, Professor Wilkins was conducting all the research on his own, without help from other doctors.
We spent less than a month there following our transfer from Alaska. But during that time, the professor seemed somewhat paranoid about an information leak.
To be honest, I'm surprised there was a leak, no matter how small.
The NSC never tells us their source of information. I bet the military is involved in it somehow.
Let's try to make do with the information we have at hand. At this point, the research can no longer be left exclusively to Wilkins. It's now the concern of our entire organization.
What?
Prior to your transfer here, we received reports of suspicious cases from various countries. We've already discussed those cases in a previous meeting. The pathogens in question were confused with various parasites, so nothing was conclusive. If any new cases occur, they should now be reported to Caduceus International.
It's unfortunate, though, that Professor Wilkins' data was destroyed, and by an unidentified assailant at that. Am I the only one here who feels uneasy about this?
We're hoping that the professor's still alive.
From now on, if any new cases of stigma arise here in the U.S., the patients will be transferred to this facility whenever possible. Both Health and Human Services and the National Security Council have agreed to this. The operating surgeons will be Dr. Vaughn and Dr. Blaylock. Their prior experience dealing with stigma will be invaluable. I personally stand behind them, 100%. The rest of you will be invited to witness their expertise very soon.
I look forward to seeing the infamous healing touch.
That was a little unexpected. What have we gotten ourselves into, Marcus? Were you as shocked as I was by what they already knew?
Not really. A doctor considers any and all possibilities.
Well, I, for one, am surprised. I had no idea there was data on stigma, other than what the professor had collected.
Well, we've got more important things to worry about. We're leaving for the tech department tomorrow morning at 8, right?
Yes, so don't be late.
All right, then I'm gonna go home and get some sleep.
Doctor, we just received an emergency request for help.
What happened?
There was a big accident on the freeway. More than 30 people are in serious condition. The request came from the state hospital.
Now I feel right at home.
Elena, can you let them know that we'll accept the patients?
No eye response, incoherent speech, decerebrate posture. He's under 8 on the Glasgow Coma Scale. He's in critical condition. The patient has taken considerable damage to the right half of his body, and his lungs may be at risk.
He's definitely in bad shape.
The exact locations of his injuries are difficult to determine right now. His vitals aren't stable either. Please hurry, but be careful.
There's no time to lose. Let's begin immediately.
Okay, let's get started.
Beginning the operation. The patient's condition has worsened. Begin by treating the external wounds.
Vitals are dropping?
External wounds have been treated, but I assume that it can only be worse on the inside. Let's open him up and begin treating his internal organs.
I'm confirming interior wounds and the presence of foreign debris. Let's keep an eye on his vitals and treat everything we can. This wound can't be sutured like this.
You'll need to use the forceps to hold one side of the wound with the forceps and bring it toward the other. Please suture it quickly, or the wound will open again. That's the worst of the wounds. Please begin treating the others.
That should do it for this area. Now to move on to the others.
Use the magnification tool to change where we're looking. There should be other injuries nearby.
Drain the pools of blood. Use the antibiotic gel to treat it. Vitals are stabilizing. The patient should be all right for now.
Alright, that's one down.
Right. Let's close him up. Mission complete. Excellent work.
That was the last of the patients. The three of you can wrap things up now.
All right. Thanks, Leslie.
That was very impressive. If you don't mind, I'd like to assist you again sometime.
It's 3 a.m.? Man, talk about a long day.
Well, this is what you wanted, right? To continue seeing patients.
Yeah, I guess that's the life of a doctor, no matter where you are. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Hey, don't worry. If we can survive in Alaska, we can survive anywhere.
I wouldn't even drive home, to tell you the truth. I'd just go straight back to the office and sleep on the bed there or something.
So, I have a new job for you. But first, let me introduce you to our head of research.
Hello, my name is Dr. Robert Cromwell. Dr. Blaylock and Dr. Vaughan, I presume. It's nice to meet you. You must be busy adapting to Caduceus, as well as the newly established team. But the director recommended you to, so I would appreciate your assistance.
It's nice to meet you too. It would be our pleasure to help.
Good. I'd like you to participate in clinical testing under the supervision of the research lab.
Let me remind you that it is the duty of those in the medical field to not only cure patients, but to also research and pioneer new treatments. Doctors and researchers must work together to fight diseases both present and future. That's the purpose of Caduceus. There may be some interesting characters here, but they're all excellent doctors. I consider myself very fortunate to be able to conduct medical research among them. And on top of that, we now have the assistance of two truly gifted doctors with the healing touch. I firmly believe that with your precision, the data we'll be able to collect will be invaluable. That is why I'm so enthusiastic about your surgical skills. You don't have any objections, do you?
I appreciate your vote of confidence, even if it is a bit exaggerated.
He's a dedicated professional, although he tends to be long-winded.
Now then, there's an operation I'd like the two of you to perform. The research you're contributing to will give new hope to heart disease patients everywhere. I'll explain as I show you my lab. It's true that many people frown upon our astronomical research budget. Mostly journalists and politicians who are trying to make a name for themselves. You know how difficult it is to produce significant results when conducting revolutionary research. But thankfully, we also have generous supporters such as...
Oh, Dr. Cromwell, you have friends with you today.
Oh my goodness, who the hell drew her? I mean, is she supposed to be Latino or something? Goodness gracious, man. She's got these fiery ass fucking persona eyes and shit. I mean, I know this is Atlas, so that's pretty much what you're gonna get, but every now and then somebody appears and you're just like, the fuck is going on with her eyes, fam? Anyways, she's got a weird hairdo thing. It's like, are you, is it tied up in the back, or, like, how's that supposed to work? I mean, there's shit going on, it flops in the front, and then there's 3 layers back there? Is there a ponytail? Like, what the hell is that? A ponytail with some hair going in the front? Oh my goodness, whatever.
Would you introduce me? Pretty please.
Isabella, you really should start acting more professional. This is Ms. Vasquez. She's a representative of the Humani Corporation.
I'll be damned, she was Latino.
I'm Dr. Blaylock.
Dr. Blaylock is black. I mean, I know they don't say it or anything, like, but you know, Asian manga artists or whatever have a problem drawing black people. So this is the most non-offensive a black person they can draw. And she's from North Carolina, which really makes her black. But yeah, they're like, this is the best we can do with the hair. And they basically pulled up old photo of Halle Berry and then drew her in anime style, which has like no personality. She didn't have a black nose. Those are the biggest lips they could have gave her. You know, Dr. Blaylock. That's our black lady. She just be there looking like a white woman with a tan, I guess. She black though, for real.
Dr. Vaughn.
Nice to meet you, handsome.
We're partnered with a number of large pharmaceutical companies and medical manufacturers, including Humani, who've been a tremendous help to us.
I hope my looks don't give you the wrong impression about our company.
What the fuck does that mean?
Humani is a major player in this industry, and I've been known to play hardball when needed.
Humani holds several lucrative pharmaceutical patents and leads the way in regenerative medicine.
Well, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
We have a research specialist from Humani on staff as well.
You can put down that test tube though. You're starting to make me feel a little paranoid. Like, aren't those supposed to be pins in your jacket? And you just walking around with test tubes and shit.
She's a very talented young woman and has produced great results. I believe she's nearby. Cynthia, can you spare a moment?
I'll go get her, Dr. Cromwell.
Thank you. I'd appreciate it.
Also, get an undershirt for that sweater. And the other doctor, the brother doctor that they couldn't mess up on. They made him look like a black dude for real. He got that same sweater on, except purple? Like, what the hell is that all about? This sweater's stupid looking.
The operation that you'll be performing would not be possible without her help.
Yes, Dr. Cromwell?
Oh, shit! Her hair is flowing in the... What is going on with these? The good thing Isabella came through first. It's like, God damn, here comes a Russian chick. Look at that with the cross hanging into her titties and stuff. Man, that's a little bit much. Anyway.
Oh, that's right. You said you'd introduce me to the doctors today.
Yeah, that's why I got my little titty explosion dress on.
This is Cynthia Kozakov. She's a beautiful woman, as you can see, and quite brilliant.
She was fucking Russian. What the fuck is going on, man? Also, Kozakov, it stops with the V. It's a woman, so I would think her name was Cynthia Kozakova, but, you know, whatever.
Cynthia Kazakov? You wouldn't happen to be from Trinity Medical School, would you?
Valerie? Valerie Blaylock?
Yeah, it's me.
You became a doctor! Congratulations!
Thanks. Wow, I never expected to see you here, of all places.
Yeah, you kind of a dumb Russian bitch, man. Now look at you.
You're going to be helping us? This is great!
I'm Marcus Vaughn. Sorry to interrupt such a touching reunion.
Yeah, available single Marcus Vaughn. So, you know, let's go ahead and, I mean, Val, tell him how single I am. Val, where you going?
Nice to meet you, Doctor.
So, you two are old friends. I have a feeling this will be a fruitful partnership. Now, Cynthia, can you explain to them about the cardiac patch?
One of the most
Oops, sorry.
places to work.
The patient is suffering from obliterative cardio. Oh, okay.
Allow me to explain the details of the operation, as well as the usage of the myocardium. Our patient is a 10-year-old girl with an occlusion in her heart.
The third little kid we got.
Her heart functions are deteriorating. If this continues, she'll have a myocardial infarction.
Actually, it's the second little girl.
That's where the myocardial patch comes in.
I don't know much about it. it's a form of synthetic membrane, correct?
Yes, it's a new type of synthetic membrane that uses the whole cell voltage clamp. The membrane itself is elastic and helps the heart move and function.
That's amazing. It truly is a miracle of science.
It's only as incredible as the skills of the people using it.
Nothing like a little pressure. I don't mind, though. That motivates me.
You know what else motivates me? These Russian chicks with some big old titties, man.
We'll do our best, of course. I can promise you that.
And flowing ass hair.
I'm glad to hear it.
It's like just sitting out there for no reason. It's just weird. She looked like a fucking vampire and shit. Yes, Cynthia Kozlov. Yes, she's a crazy vampire. She eats your blood. She's crazy, man.
So, we'll be applying this myocardial patch by positioning it according to the guide.
Mm-hmm. And here comes the Cali chick with the little blonde hair that just lays down like a boring ass girl. Hey, how come your shit isn't floating in the air, huh?
Is that this operation's objective?
Yes, that's correct. This operation will be performed without stopping her heart. But I have faith in Caduceus, and in all of you.
Let's start.
Let's begin the operation. We'll be operating on the heart. Please open her up. Let's confirm the procedure of this operation. 3 areas of occlusion have been located on the heart. We'll apply the myocardium patch to them all. Follow the guide and keep the placement and angle in mind when applying the patch. If the myocardium patch isn't placed correctly, the patient may undergo cardiac arrest. Be careful. Start by applying antibiotic gel to the occlusion areas. The first myocardium patch will be applied here. Carefully match the location and angle of the patch with a pattern on the heart. The myocardium patch has been successfully applied to the occlusion area. Her heart rate is increasing. There's a possibility that the already weakened areas of the myocardium may hemorrhage. If you find a hemorrhage, treat it with the antibiotic gel before its condition worsens. Here's the next occlusion area. Let's continue. What? The guide moved? Does this mean that we'll have to time the placement now that the heart is beating faster? Apply the patch when the size of the guide matches the size of the patch. The second occlusion area has been treated. 1 more to go.
What was I supposed to... I totally forgot.
A blood pool has formed. Please drain it quickly. Her heart rate is increasing. Be careful when placing the patch. Watch your timing. The myocardium patches have been placed, but there are still wounds that need attention. Let's treat them all. The patches have begun synchronizing with the myocardium's movement. And her heart rate is returning to normal.
Yay.
She should be all right now. Let's close her up. Please close her up. We're finished. Good work, everyone.
Sometimes it's a little weird because the I played this was this way in the other game too. They'll have like a whole bunch of these you know, things that take almost no challenge, and then all of a sudden they'll have something where the difficulty spike is ridiculous. Takes you like an hour to get it together.
That was a flawless operation. Simply perfect. The patch is sure to integrate with the existing tissue. The patient should recover nicely.
I think we'll see excellent results, Valerie.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing more operations like this one.
Well, we wouldn't want to take up all of your time. The director has already spoken to us regarding the research on stigma. We're currently in the planning stages. In time, we'll show you what we're capable of. Right, Cynthia?
Yes, Dr. Cromwell.